Okay. I think we're gonna have to come back. Gi- Here we go. 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 We'll give folks a chance to get back. Good jams, JJ. See you, Rebel. See you, Trigger. We'll give others a chance to get back. Sorry about that. Good to see you, Joel. Excellent. We'll let others get back in. Thank you all for coming back. Oh, did I freeze up again? Okay. Are we good? We're good, Rebel? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. It must be something going on with Twitch. We'll give folks a chance to get back in. Oh, good, Trig. I'm not sure if you're seeing fine and saw fine through. Now, on my screen, I have a monitor that I watch, and on my screen, I'm still going. I never stopped. So I'm not sure. You think it's fixed, Joel? Okay, great. I'm not sure. Same time yesterday, Jams, JJ. Okay. Coming back in slowly but surely. Appreciate you guys. I'm looking at the queue and I'm also watching my monitor. I'm still running on my monitor. Uh, we'll see how many make it back. We'll give them just a little bit more time to come through. Good, Rhonda. Good to see you. We'll give a few more moments here for folks to make it back. Jams, good, good, good. Back on Twitch. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. We'll see if the others coming back in slowly but surely. My apologies. I'm thinking it's something on the feed. You were on Facebook. Okay, thanks, Rhonda. I think all of them went down. Oh, great, Trigger. Great. As a matter of fact, while we're waiting for the others, excuse me, while we're waiting on the others to get back, I need to eat, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm having all kinds of issues over here. Related in a way, the wife yesterday apologized for having toxic traits. I told her, honey, you came out of poisonous waters. I can expect you not carry on. So, yes, yes. Come on, come on. That's a good word, Trig. Good word. Good word. That's a great word. Awesome word. Awesome word. And the concept there is that we don't have to stay in a state. It may take some work. It may take some energy. Oh, great, Matt Butler. I'll check him out. I'll check him out. And Joel, I saw your phrase earlier. You enjoy the phrase of post traumatic growth. Oh shoot, let's see. It jumped down on me. I was trying to read a comment. It empowers, absolutely, the empowerment, moving beyond the situation, and that's exactly some of what we're talking about. I'm waiting for others to get back in. We haven't gotten back up to. We're about halfway there. We're about halfway there. We'll give a few more moments here to try to see if others can get in. I'm still missing a few of my regulars that I know normally always come. And Let's see. Let me know if you're in. For those my chatters, let me know. Let me know. It's working in. Okay, excellent, 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 excellent. Okay, we'll get ready to roll on. I was trying to make sure try to give just a little bit more time. I still got a few of my regulars that are not back. Um, and we'll keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. All right. Here we go. Let's crank the music back up and YouTube's back. Thank you, James JJ. Thank you. Okay, here we go. All right. So, and we've had a little bit of conversation going back post traumatic growth. I see people still coming in. Thank you. Just keep on coming in, keep on coming in, and I'm going to go ahead and continue the conversation. But I wanted to come here because we have to find a means of being empowered. Otherwise, we get stuck. And while I'm not speaking negatively, I know PTSD is real. I know PTSD is something that we have to, for those that have been traumatized, is something that we have to work through. I loved what Dr. Santos in her study is studying and proposing and showing in studies that the post-traumatic growth is huge. And the power of individuals post-traumatically, that growth is so awesome and so transformative when people use it for post-traumatic growth. She began to identify, and again, you can kind of follow the studies if you want to. Feel free. Again, it's Dr. Santos, Santos, Yale University. Beautiful young female, beautiful young lady that has committed her studies to this. And as she said, for people post-traumatically, when they made up their minds to do something and go forward in a transformative way, those individuals showed huge change and huge power in whatever it was that they were doing. Almost like they went out Clark Kent pre-traumatic and they came back Superman post-traumatic. And I wanted to really, as we're talking about having conversations, I wanted to really hone in on that concept, because when we come out of, and yes, you all see the pain and the passion that I exhibit about our minority community and what all we have to endure and have endured down through the years, but we just keep on staying resilient and coming back. What I'm saying at this point is, as we move into this next realm, we're going to manifest post-traumatic growth. That's why I have so much energy and positivity about the change that's coming and feel good about it. Not that we're going to have a large traumatized community that can't get out of post-traumatic stress. I believe that as we begin to coordinate, initiate these conversations that empower the people, all people, I want to understand everybody's experience. I want to enjoy everybody's experience. I want to cry when you cry. I want to laugh when you laugh. Doesn't matter what side of the tracks we came from, but the unifying and coming together, where we've seen the division create a traumatic stress. I believe that our coming together has the power to create a traumatic growth exponentially. O cubed. You look at almost anything that I'm attached to. O cubed. I want it exponentially. The ministry that we do, restoration to the second power, exponentially, because we are moving outside of. I feel like, and I'm gonna tell you, yesterday I was talking to somebody and I told them, I feel like the change that's getting ready to happen, and I love Star Trek. If y'all haven't figured out, I love all kinds of science fiction. Yesterday I talked about X-Men and talked about the Matrix. Well, I'm a Trekkie. I love Star Trek. I feel like what we're getting ready to see now is going to move at warp speed. I really do. I feel like what we're getting ready to see is going to move at warp speed. And I would love it when Captain Kirk would tell Uhura or whoever, take us to warp speed. Come on, Scotty, whoever, take us to warp speed. That's the way I feel we're getting ready to see the transformation in the world. When we all start looking outside of just my little bubble and my little world, and I don't care about what anybody else is going through. No, I care about you. I want you to care about me. I want us to care about one another. I want us to have conversation together that builds relationship. I understand that sometimes, again, we can walk hand in hand, but we still may not see eye to eye, and that's okay. Let me be free to express my opinion, and I'm going to allow you to be free to express your opinion. But let's come together, debunk the fallacies. This is not going to be rooted in some false teaching of what they wanted me to say and see America as. No, we're going to talk about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. But we're going to talk about the truth, not to have post-traumatic stress, but we're going to talk about the truth so that we can have post-traumatic growth. Otherwise, you're going to keep us in that ongoing stress. That cycle will never end. If we can't talk about real things, if we can't talk about real things in a real way, and this goes for, listen, I've seen it in church. I've seen churches that want to have that head in the clouds. Everything is hunky-dory, and your place is jacked up. The pastor's jacked up. The people are jacked up. That goes for education. If the teachers are jacked up, that goes for the banking institutions. If the money's jacked up, that goes for Wall Street. If the system of the stock market is jacked up, we need to have real conversations about how to correct all of this so that we do not remain in post-traumatic stress, but so we can move forward to post-traumatic growth. It may be something as simple as changing real small things in your thinking. And so I thought about this as all of this was coming to me this morning. I was just like, oh, okay. And for example, something as simple and transformative as I was raised, and baby, you used that toothbrush until all the bristles were laid over to the side. I mean, that toothbrush looked like it had seen sheer hell. Then you throw the toothbrush away. Okay. So that was the way I was raised, and that's what we did. And that was my MO. I'm not throwing the toothbrush away until it's obviously beyond its last leg. And I was actually pastoring when one of my parishioners came up to me after a really bad cold that I had had. And so she said to me, she said, "Pastor, be sure you throw your toothbrush away," And I was like, listen, until your mom bought a new one. That's what I'm talking about, Joel. It was absolutely destroyed before you got another one. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? Joel? That's the kind of toothbrush that I had scenario. And so the sister came to me and she said, "Pastor," she said, "you've been sick. Be sure and throw your toothbrush away." What? She said, yeah. She said, you've been sick. Be sure and throw your toothbrush away. I'm looking at her totally mystified. What do you mean? She was like, Pastor, you got all kinds of germs and everything else in that toothbrush. And how much does a toothbrush cost? Get another one. She said, when I get sick and my kids are sick and my husband is sick, everybody's toothbrush goes to the trash and we all come out fresh because we're not going to run the potential of reinfecting ourselves with that toothbrush. Oh my God. That was transformative thinking for me. And it's something as simple as that. Don't reinfect yourself with that same toothbrush. It was something as simple as that. Go to the store and spend another 79 cents. Is that going to really kill you? Something as simple as that to put my feet on a totally different path of saying, if I'm healed, don't use that same utensil that's going to potentially infect you again. That, if you can take that in as an analogy, let's take that thought when we start talking about post-traumatic growth. It may be something as simple as sharing with your brother or your sister or somebody else. It may be something as simple as that. This has been your lifelong means of, this is how I operate. Ain't nothing wrong with me. That toothbrush look good. That toothbrush has a good 6-7 more months of use in it. What you talking about? Throw it away. That beautiful toothbrush may reinfect me with what I just got over. Get rid of it. That's what I want us to start in this journey of conversation, because somebody can say something to you that is so simple that can transform your life and move us all to a place of healing. And that's what I believe is going to move us. Your expert. Hey, I'm just saying. It's going to move us to post-traumatic growth. And the last thing I'm going to say, and we're going to get ready to get up out of here. Conversations where we can really begin. And I do believe that we've got to start what we're doing here on Yes You O Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. We're having these conversations amongst ourselves. And as we grow and continue the conversation is to move us to post-traumatic growth. Rethinking what you've always thought. So I was thinking about somebody that had written this, and they said, I had been trying to kill weeds in my garden for a long time. Or actually it said in my yard. It didn't say garden, in my yard for a long time. And this particular weed they'd been working on, trying to kill it. And one day they came out and they were looking at the beauty of everything naturally in an area. And there in the midst of it, all of that greenery was included this weed. And the person said, and it came to me, why do you call it a weed? It's greenery. It's beautiful. And when I read that, I said, everything that God made was good and it was beautiful. Why do I call it a weed? Because my daddy told me it was a weed. Somebody told me it was a weed. Somebody told me to kill it. Somebody told me to get rid of it. But have we not realized that's what somebody said because it didn't serve the purpose that they wanted? But did it serve the purpose that creation wanted it to serve? And as we started killing all the weeds, where are the butterflies? Where are the katydids? Where are the bumblebees? Where are the ladybugs? Where are the granddaddy long legs? Where's all this plush nature that I used to see as a child? But as we got rid of all the weeds, I don't see anymore. And so I have to start reprogramming my mind and my thinking as to why I call a weed a weed. And is it really unnecessary? Or does it have a purpose? Is it because it was in somebody's way and they didn't like it that now suddenly it's called a weed? Why did creation make it so profuse on the landscape if it didn't have a purpose? Do I need to go back and rethink the things and the ways that I've operated? Do I need to stop seeing, and I want to bring this into humanity. Do we see people as weeds? Do we see them as unnecessary? Do we see them as not serving a purpose? Do we cut them down and throw them out because we don't see any value in it? Who really said they were a weed? Who really said they didn't have value? Who really said they didn't matter? Do I need to rethink my processes so that I can lead in post-traumatic growth? Or am I going to continue to think the way I've been taught to think and continue to kill the weeds until there are no more butterflies, until there are no more ladybugs, until there are no more katydids? Do y'all remember, and this is my memory, and I used to love it. Do y'all remember when you could go out at night and you heard all the crickets and the katydids going forth? And my favorite, the lightning bug. Where are the lightning bugs? Where are the lightning bugs? But I killed the weed. I got rid of a nuisance. I eliminated something that didn't serve my purpose, but it served somebody else's purpose, or it served something else's purpose. But it was a weed to me. And 9 times out of 10, I know the frogs at night. Exactly, Joel. The frog. Some of these young people don't even know what a frog sounds like. But the frogs at night, you heard it. You had sounds in the day, you had sounds in the night, and it was all beautiful. And we've destroyed it because it was a weed to us. And so we've got to come to a place of reevaluating, because we want to move into post-traumatic growth. If we continue in the trend and the way that we're currently going, we will stay in post-traumatic stress. Oh man, we get the little beep frogs. Oh, you're blessed, Trig, because I haven't heard the frogs in a long time. The best daytime sound was a kookaburra laughing for me. And you don't hear them enough anymore. Listen, I don't care what it was. If it was the sparrows, if it's whatever it was. I mean, we had nothing but nature speaking to our spirits. And it's like almost all of that is gone. It's a weed in my world. And I want you to think about that. Who told you it was a weed? It's almost like when God came back in the garden and he asked Adam and Eve, who told you you were naked? Because their whole attitude and emotional state had shifted. There's nothing wrong with you being naked. But now that you're ashamed of being naked, I'm going to cover you up. But there's nothing wrong with nakedness. Nakedness isn't wrong. Who told you it was a weed? Who told you it was a weed? Maybe you need to rethink that. Maybe, just maybe, you need to throw that toothbrush away and buy a new one. Every time, she said, every time. She said, every time my house gets sick, toothbrushes go in the trash, Pastor. That for me was an eye opener. It was an eye opener, y'all. It was an eye opener. And you know what? I do the same thing, because I took from her, and it was something that made me go, Am I reinfecting myself with what I just got over? Am I reinfecting myself with those same germs and that same bacteria? Is $1.29 too much to go buy another toothbrush? Post-traumatic growth, y'all. It's time for it. It's going to be exponential. It's going to be at warp speed. We're going to keep having conversations. We're going to continue to share it with our brothers and our sisters. And we're going to keep talking this thing, because a change is here. And we're going to make this thing happen. You heard? Oh, I feel for my brother. Yes, I feel for my brother. I feel for my sister. And thank you for joining me today for this edition and this episode of Yes, You Cube One-on-One. Yes, Trigger, we're slowly climbing out of some poisonous waters. That's it, baby. We're climbing out, and we're coming to a place where we're going to look at post-traumatic growth. We're not stuck in stress. We're going to growth. I'm telling you, and the time is now. We're going to deal with it. We're going to have a good time. Like I said, my friend Rhonda Royal always encourages you. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. I want to appreciate you for coming on up in here. Thank you to all of my listeners. I want to appreciate every last one of you. And then thank you for coming back. Oh, Joel, it's been my blessing having you. Jams JJ, Trigger, Teresa, SK, BTD Mom, Monica, Chris, the Rebel Inc., and everybody else that was up in here with me today. I appreciate you, Rhonda Royal. And I want to say thank you to those of you that have been supporting me. I've been getting your support through Cash App. I appreciate you. It helps me to keep pushing forward. I hope that you see the value in what I'm trying to birth into this world, and you're birthing it with me. We're in this thing together. I love you. I appreciate you. And as I always like to say, I want you to have peace for your journey.